So I just had some random thoughts about this particular issue. And I just have this on the screen because I gotta have something on the screen while I'm recording this for y'all. Um, no particular order, just some random pictures. Tried to eliminate the word movie because the pictures are whack, but yeah, just some pictures to entertain you while I'm talking. So, I was thinking about this, right? About, you try to teach kids, safe sex and abstinence at least until they're of age, where they can at least move out your house. That way if they get knocked up it's not your responsibility, right? But you see what's funny is that the common mentality nowadays seems to be the total opposite, because my first thing would be if you got kids or whatever, you got daughters, you should basically tell them. And this is my thoughts. Like, okay, safe sex, great. Use condoms if you're gonna fuck, cause these girls out here fucking. I don't give a shit how innocent they try to act and say that they don't need to talk because they're not even doing that yet, or they're still celibate. These girls are fucking. A lot of them start at 12. Okay, a lot of them watch porn on their phones, and especially with the smartphones and unlimited, unsupervised internet access, they watch hardcore porn. Probably more than a lot of the boys do. A lot of them, they masturbating like crazy. A lot of these young girls. That's how they can get away without fucking at early ages. If they're not fucking, they're definitely masturbating to all this porn and ordering sex toys and vibrators on their parents' credit card. And yeah, I know what I'm talking about. So, but anyway, for the ones that are out there or decide to be out there, any parent's advice to them should be that if you decide that you're going to be out there, you had better use condoms. They give them away at the schools and have so-called counseling about that at the schools, and they don't need parents' permission in New York City to do this either. And they can hand out birth control without telling the parents. Okay, great. So you have access to what you need, right? So you can't be illiterate on how to use condoms. But if you fuck up and you decide to fuck without a condom, know, and they should know that once they get knocked up, you know, basically they're not your responsibility. Once they get knocked up, they're grown now, and they should go and live with whoever knocked them up, whoever got them pregnant. That's who they need to go and stay with. Especially like you're talking about a case when it's an older guy. That's common too in some cases. If an older guy got him pregnant, it shouldn't be some shit like, even if they're like 14 or something, it shouldn't be some shit like, oh, it's a baby having a baby. Oh, she's still a child. First of all, 14 is not a child. It's a young adult. Okay. Uh, oh, if she's a child, so she should still be able to stay home with her parents and all of that. Hell, fuck no. I say hell, fuck no. Um, at like 14 and 16 and stuff like that, you get knocked up, especially if it's by an older man. The penalty shouldn't be, well, since he's older than the age of consent, since she's older than 18 and she's under 18, that he should go to jail. Well, how's the baby gonna get taken care of? That's fucking stupid. The penalty should be, okay, you knew she was a young girl, you knocked up, you got her pregnant, you know she lived with her parents. Now that you got her knocked up and pregnant, the penalty should be by law, if not, that he has to take care of her. Like, basically, you get her knocked up, she's 14, 16, 13. Now the condition is she has to go and live with you in your place, or if y'all don't have a place, then maybe you can get some assistance to get a place, because it's no longer the parent's responsibility. She is no longer the parent's responsibility, and damn sure not that child. Can you imagine by today's standards, a lot of people, especially a lot of black families, usually single black mothers, allow this garbage, whereas their daughter will go out and fuck and get pregnant, and they'll say, oh, it was an accident, it was unplanned, so you didn't plan to lay down and take that dick up in you. I mean, like, I think you kind of planned that, even if it's at last minute. If not, then you need to reevaluate your common sense and maybe your life smarts at that point, or the condom broke. you know and it just goes to show what I said before in an earlier video. If the condom breaks, whose fault is that? Like, um the man wears a condom to make sure he don't catch any STDs, because he don't know if the girl's been around, or if it's a woman, don't know if she's been around. It is his responsibility to wear a condom if he don't want to catch STDs from who he's fucking. It is the female's responsibility to make sure the guy's wearing the condom if she don't want to get pregnant at the time they're doing it. But it's not his responsibility. It's her responsibility to make sure you have one before you go up in her. But it is even more so her responsibility to take birth control Okay, he's not responsible for you not getting pregnant. You are. You take birth control to not get pregnant. He takes birth control so he don't. I mean, he takes. He uses condoms so he don't catch a STD. You take birth control so you don't get pregnant. Is just simple common sense. But back to like, yeah, if it's a young girl, it should be okay. Now that you done knocked her up and she lives with her parents, now y'all have to get a place, so you have to move her in, and basically at that point, she becomes his property. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Because why, what the hell kind of sense does this make with some families nowadays? Whereas the girl get knocked up, she get pregnant, but yeah, she's still living at home with her mother, and the parents, usually the mother, allows this shit and allows the girl to be pregnant at home the whole time during the entire term of her pregnancy. She has the baby, and now her and the baby is staying in the house. And so when she has to go to school or go to a job or go out with her friends, now the parent in the house has to take care of this baby. No, 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 no. Ain't no little crumb snatchers running around. Once your crumb snatchers get old enough that you have, they're not supposed to have more crumb snatchers that you got to take care of. You've already had your children. So they should go stay with that man, especially if it's an older man and a younger girl. They should be required to go stay with him. He takes care of her on the condition that he still has unlimited access to the pussy. Because what's the point if he doesn't? What's the point if he doesn't? What I don't get is these things, especially with the younger females and older guys, whereas they want to lock up the guy, and now the baby doesn't have anybody to take care of it and provide for it as far as a father, which messes up their lives, the baby's life. And at the same time, the the young girl when she gets 18, or the parents when she gets 18, they want to repackage her and sell her off as something that's actually marketable. Like, you already have one child under your belt at a young age. You can't be repackaged and sold again. Not to any man that's decent. So it makes sense to make her go live with the person that knocked her up and get her out of her parents' house, and he have unlimited access to the ass. Yes. Instead of trying to resell her used with already one child under her belt to a new man when she gets older. Like, no man with sense would want that. But at the end of the day, yes, like, moral of the story, she gets knocked up, she gets out of your house. You're old enough to fuck, you're old enough to get pregnant, you're old enough to get the fuck up out of my house. It's just as simple as that. That's the standard that we should have nowadays. Plain and simple. Plain and simple.